What are some the job interview? That's really important because that's a filter, right?
Freakishly important.
It's any filter has those two kind of type errors. There's the filter where it lets in things you don't want, like a door lock, which can be jimmied easily, and there's the filter which keeps out things you do want, like your key stops working the door. Everyone in that job interview is trying to get past. Some people you want that person. Some people, wait a minute, you're passing, you're great for an hour. What are some techniques and something that's universal? If you're looking to work with somebody, what kind of questions should they be asking that will kind of give them actual useful information that this is a good person to hire or work with?
Okay, there's two things you have to solve for in an interview. Can they do the job?
Right.
And are they a cultural fit?
Okay.
People tend to ask, can you do the job questions that you can put on a resume?
Right.
What that will tell you is that they were a part of a team that did the job, and you may get the worst one on the team that everybody else was mad about, and that's why this person's looking for a job. So unfortunately, I've learned that the hard way by hiring people. I'm like, whoa, look at all the stuff they've done. This is incredible. If this guy can do this, like, we're really in business. So you would say like, ooh, tell me about that project. That must have been really cool. Yeah, we did this. And we took it from there. And what I learned was that isn't tactical enough. They were close enough to know somebody did that thing. And so I'll start asking, because we're on YouTube, I'll ask questions like, what's more important, average view duration or average view percentage? And I'll probably, honestly, in the interview, I'll say, what's more important, AVD or AVP? So now they have to know what AVD is, they have to know what AVP is, and they have to have a stance on why that is. And then I'll go, cool, where do you go in the analytics to find AVP?
Oh, wow. So you're asking actual technical questions.
Yes. And so now I have to know it well enough to be able to ask that question. But, and this is the thing, just listen to how they answer. If they're like, oh, well, it's been a minute since I was in there, then I'm like, cool, you were a manager, you weren't actually a doer. I'm looking to hire a doer, so already this is out of the question. If somebody's like AVP and AVD, well, if I really think about the way the algorithm works, then I'm like, Jesus, like if you've been doing the role I'm trying to hire for, like you've got a stance on that right now, and I want to know what it is, and you ought to be able to explain it very quickly. If people have to ramble and they're like fractaling all over the place, I'm like, you don't understand it simply. Now, interviews are designed to maximize anxiety. So I'm like,
they are?
I wish they weren't, but they most certainly are.
Wait, they're designed to maximize?
I mean, seemingly, when people come in, they're trying to get the job. They're often freaking out. You can hear like in their voice that th're really nervous.
I have fun in interviews.
Oh man, then you got to come interview for us.
I've always done great on interviews.
I want to learn at your feet.
Are you serious? Wait, designed to maximize anxiety?
They seem designed to maximize anxiety, yes. Especially, look, listen to the questions that I ask. I'm not trying to, I would love it if they could be calm, but the purpose of the questions I'm asking is to find out if they actually know what they're doing.
But even, I don't know AVD versus AVP, but I could off the top of my head make the case for either. And this is not my wheelhouse at all.
Yes. Michael, you do realize you fall into a very different camp. And if you're available for employment, I would hire you in an instant. But there's a reason that you're not available for employment. So the people that are walking in, unfortunately, don't have your horsepower.
I'll give people a little interview trick that always worked for me.
Please.
This is really great. So if you have the job listing that says, like off the top of my head, like, oh, you need to be organized. What I would do is do a faux complaint. And when you break politeness in a job interview, it signals sincerity, right? So I would say something like, just between you and me, my last company was really disorganized, and it's really important for me that this company has a lot of structure. Is that something that fits in with your corporate culture? And their box will be checked. Oh shit, this guy is exactly what we're solving for. So take that adjective or whatever that word is in the description and then create a scenario that shows this something that is a prime concern, not an interest, a concern of yours.
That's very smart.
Is that a good technique?
That is a very good technique.
Yeah.
I wish you were among the employable.